Okay, hello chess players. I'm going to play some Blitz here. Looks like I'm playing against somebody that's beaten me several times before. So I got to be really careful against this guy. Is he going to take on c6? Okay. These positions are somehow, like I've played against these positions a whole lot, and somehow they're a lot more awkward than they should be. Than they should ever justifiably be. Because like it's really awkward to finish your development here. I've never figured out a great way to do it. I've always managed to get in some kind of trouble in these positions. I've never understood fully why. Because, I mean, everybody's always taught me this knight c6, bc6, you've got a better center, and, you know. But in practice, I've never been able to figure out how to unwind my pieces, appropriately. So maybe this is correct, because I get to play d5 right away, and now maybe I'm unwinding, because, like, the bishop on d7 is e6. Let's just defend the center. This is better than I usually do already. Usually I cannot figure out for the life of me how to manage my center in these positions. So let's get the queen out of the line of fire, protect the a3 square so he doesn't have a really obvious place to go. And then I'll just follow up, like I'll put the rook on the same file as the queen. I got a lot of good follow-ups here. His bishop b2 is fairly obvious that was going to happen. Now I've really disincentivized him to capture, because now captures is going to be opening up my rook to his queen, so it's uncomfortable for him. So he's trying to sort of fix that. I got a lot of options here. Let's bring this other rook over. He's still got the same kind of issue, and I've got plenty of ways that I can improve now. I've got h5, so... Oh, that was his idea. Okay, fair. I guess I can just shoot over here. It's also reasonable. This is also a very reasonable square for my queen. And then queen a5 is a possibility now. Maybe making his pieces more uncomfortable. Rook b8. I'm just going to gain space. I want to play d4 and c5, trade off this bishop, and then make hopefully all of his pieces. Oh, he played there, which covers c5. That's actually smart. Okay, so I'm going to come back. Maybe he should just play c5 himself. And then my bishop is uncomfortable. I get bishop a6 if he does that. Bishop a6, maybe I hit here. Like I said, I've got a better position against this than I usually get. Usually I'm really, really suffering. Like here I'm not, like very little, I don't think I'm suffering. So c5, it's well defended. Okay, we're going to take. I'm going to play check. This is defended plenty. This isn't really a threat. But I don't know what to do next. Okay, made some progress, and I have no idea what to do next. Bishop f8 to defend this pawn. I got to overprotect this so I can move this knight. Hoping for captures, because that makes life... My next move, it makes it easy, and then maybe I have knight e5 after that. Oh, I got knight e5. This is potentially a very pretty move. How does he defend against this threat? So check. I'm just going to take, because I'm greedy. That's hanging. He missed it. Look away. Maybe I'll finally win a game. This is good. Oh, that's... Everything's coming in now, right? We take here? What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay, I think this is good. Just come in the middle. Defend it all. This is defended. This is defended. This is defended. It's all defended. We're doing good. I don't see any problems yet. Okay, we can take here. It's a mess, but we can take here. Now this is hanging and this is hanging. But as long as everybody's got two things hanging, everything's fine. Okay, just a5 maybe? I gotta be really careful now. He could beat me on the dark squares. I guess queen f5? I cannot let him into these... this guy is so tough. I can see why I've lost to this guy multiple times. Because even in this position where I'm really confident I'm better, it's like not so clear. He keeps finding ways to complicate. gotta go after. Be aggressive with my knight because I don't want him to. Okay, King's finally got some air. That makes me feel a lot better. Okay. Don't let him into b1. Make his rook uncomfortable. Okay, he didn't defend his rook. Why is he adding time to my clock? He just wants to lose on time now? Boy, you beat me more than I beat you, and now you're being unsportsmanlike. That's not nice. I just wanted one. And I still don't know how to handle that opening. I can tell why this guy beats me a lot, because the opening he chose, for whatever reason, for me, it's really uncomfortable. So let's try to figure out why that opening is so uncomfortable for me, and why I'm having such a hard time with it. Because I really don't know, what is the best plan here. Knight c6 does get played on the master level a lot by strong players, by 2700s. And the computer gives slight edge black, and this is what I always taught as a kid, okay, you've got the 3 center pawns, but then it's this really big question, how do I improve from here? You see, so knight f6, c4, and then I castle, and I mean, all this has been played before. This is slight edge white, though. So, the computer says I have to, the only way... No, but then it says something, so it's rook b8, queen c7, knight f6. How is that not the same as what I did? And then c4, and then castles, and then knight c3. So we end up in the same spot. So what's the difference? Okay, so this is, yeah, whatever. Okay. So castles, knight c3, and then I played bishop b7. Interesting. So bishop b7 is terrible. Let's get real. I don't... I'm making stuff up here. So d5, I've done this in the past and gotten bad results with it. So d5, I guess c takes d5 and queen a4 are both possible. C d5, knight d5, knight d5. So I can't play c d5, just bishop f4. Yeah, it's so uncomfortable, right? Bishop e6, bishop e5, and at least I got everything out, but yeah, this is such... It feels so uncomfortable because there's this constant threat. Takes on d5. So queen a5 is what gets played, and then okay, so he can't take here for some reason, right? It takes knight d5. Not possible. No, it's possible. And then takes, and then just queen d5, and then but I guess it's close enough to equal because you take everything. Rook a d8. Rook d1, and then bishop takes b2. So you get the pawn back. And then you just shake hands and go home. Okay, so maybe just d5, because at the end of everything you shake hands and go home. But they got queen a4. It looks like people are doing good with this. This is uncomfortable, right? So you still end up having to make some sort of uncomfortable move. You have to play bishop d7 and then rook d1. And then it's like a reverse Grunfeld. It's a reverse Grunfeld where you kind of have just an uncomfortable position. You haven't played e4 yet or anything. So maybe that leaves open the possibility of e6 at some point. But do you want to look at e6 and then look at this bishop, right? But yeah, the computer says black's fine. I'm sure black is fine. So I played bishop b7, which is goofy. But then I was able to kind of at least figure out a reasonable strategy after this, which really is 90% of the opening. Can you figure out the middle game? Even if you're a little bit worse, can you at least just figure out the middle game? So yeah, and already I'm slightly better once we get here. And I started figuring it out. I started finding d4. Knight d7, and then c5. Okay, good. I did it right. Bishop g2, and then once I took the light squares, it likes queen c6. I played bishop f8. It doesn't hate it. e3 is a big blunder because of knight e5, and then I should have a significant advantage here. And then I didn't play, well, he hung his bishop. That's helpful. So yeah, so bishop f8, and then we have rook f8, h6 is uncomfortable, but +3 for black. Can't deny the assessment. So +3 for black. Black is doing great here. Okay. So yeah, once e3 came in the mix and his light squares were completely weak and torn apart, then I was better. And overall, I think he had a lot more mistakes than me. I had a bunch of inaccuracies. I had like 5 inaccuracies, but no mistakes and no blunders. And he had some mistakes and some blunders. And like I said, usually this guy beats me. So like he plays openings that I have a really bad comfort level with, and this just happens to be one of them. And it's hard for me because it's never so clear to me like how you finish the development of your queen side. Because there's these weird, awkward problems. Like if queen c7, he can hit you with bishop f4. And it's super awkward because like d6 is of course a natural move, but then they can hit you with c5. How do you handle this? You know, like, and this is way more awkward than it first appears. Like cd6, ed6, queen a4. Now this is hanging, this is hanging, this is hanging, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem. Your pawns are terrible. So like you can't play like the obvious moves are lead to so many problems. It's not so easy. Like you can't just play queen c7. Rook b8 is actually in a lot of cases, you know, kind of like rook b8 you can get away with, but then they play b3 and now this threat is on. So kind of when you play rook b8, you're kind of committed to following up with something aggressive like d5. They can still play bishop f4, and this move just feels weird. You know, putting the rook in the way of the bishop like this. But this is supposedly survivable. But again, it's still a reverse kind of. It's a reverse Grunfeld. It's awkward. But I guess the computer says this is all okay. You play like rook d7, and then the computer says this is okay. Like just leave the bishop on c8. It's fine. You don't have to develop it. So maybe that's my problem. I'm obsessing over developing the bishop, and maybe it's not necessary. Like maybe I shouldn't develop it. Although in this game, I ridiculously developed my bishop just to develop it, and somehow this solved all of my problems anyway. It solved my psychological problems of not being able to figure out how to develop my bishop. Anyways, I hope you found this helpful and useful and learned something new about chess. So hopefully you can learn how to play the position better, a position that I have difficulties with. Hopefully you can learn how to play it better than I've played it in the past. Anyways, hope you found this video helpful, useful, and can use these ideas in your own games. Thank you for watching.